While they do, let's take this opportunity to bid you hello and welcome again, everyone. I'm Bob Varsha, along with ESPN skating analyst Judy Blumberg, Christopher Bowman. Judy, let's talk about the pairs competition we just saw.
Well, that competition was intense, and the fact that all three couples are just 2/10 apart from one another attests to the fact that they are all very equally matched.
Well, the men are about to take to the ice for their second performance. Now, this will be judged purely on artistic merit, no technical scores. But after what we saw in the first round of the men's competition, I think they're just going to be trying to stay on two skates.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a little bit of a cool-off period. I haven't seen that much falling since I left Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras. It was kind of a debacle. I think that they will be trying to get some of their technical forte back, though, in the artistic program, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm expecting it.
Christopher, the one man who did look good in the opening technical program was Brian Boitano, our current leader, and the epitome of professional excellence on ice.
There is just not a day that does not go by when I am training my skaters and my students that I do not mention Brian Boitano's name in one way or another. He was the exception in the technical program. He stayed on his feet. He had one small mistake. He left the door a little bit open, but he's somebody who can close this door very, very quickly and very, very hard.
Of course, Brian Boitano won his Olympic gold medal exactly 10 years ago in Calgary, Canada, that well-publicized Battle of the Bryans with Brian Orser. We had a chance this week to relive Brian Boitano's gold medal performance with Brian himself looking back.
Even when I watch it today, I can remember exactly what I was feeling at that moment. It's amazing. It's probably the only moment in my life that I do remember exactly everything happening at that moment. And I remember right here just focusing on my breath just so that I would stay relaxed, because I had an inner voice that was telling me before I started that I was going to blow it, and I kept fighting against it. And I just said, take one thing at a time. Now on this triple Lutz, just concentrate on what you need to do. And I saw a golden fence around that triple Lutz before I started, and I just kept saying, just think one moment at a time. And I just, right here, I was thinking of the crossovers going to the triple axel and what I needed to think of in each moment. Sit on these crossovers. Sit on these crossovers and just take your time going into it. Probably one of the best triple axels I've ever done in competition. And here, this is probably one of the toughest things. And I remember on these mohawks right here, afterwards, I kept saying, hold straight, hold straight. And as I did this jump, it felt like there were angels lifting me from my armpits. I actually felt somebody lifting me and twisting me in the air and landing me very softly. And I just thought that was the best triple combination I've ever done. And then here, I usually think technical, like sit on my hip. All I could say right here was, please God, please God, please God. And the tempo kept going, please God, please God, please God, please God, please God. And I was in the air. And then I landed. And I was like, oh my God, I landed it. This was it. I only have one more triple to go. And then here, as I finished, it was like every visualization, every boyhood dream. These were all the way I reacted here was a visualization that I'd had. The fist was a visualization that I'd had. The crying, then the laughing here. It's all exactly like my visualizations, because the audience was doing exactly what I had envisioned it. So I didn't know if it was really a dream or if it was reality.
What a moment for Brian Boitano. Hard to believe it was a decade ago. By the luck of the draw, he will be the last skater on the ice among the men. Here's our order of skate. First up, Rudy Galindo, followed by Victor Petrenko, Vyacheslav Zagorodnik, Philippe Kendall Oro, and finally, Brian Boitano. We'll be back for our first skater in just a moment. In the second round, Rudy Galindo. Keep in mind, it is artistic performance that matters. A maximum of 3 triple jumps will be allowed.
I think this program, this music, says the whole story about Rudy Galindo. An enigmatic personality, both on and off the ice. Pagliacci-type figure. And there's the double axel that we're used to seeing. widely known as a professional and doing very, very well. The use of props. Axel within the move. Flexibility is so incredible, too. Something that has been somewhat of a trademark of some of these men like Randy Gardner and Kenneth Shelley, who have won both the national men's and pair titles.
A routine choreographed by Rudy himself with his sister Laura Galindo. Nice round of applause from the crowd here in Greenville.
Now, this was a very effortless setup of the triple toe loop. Free leg a little bit late, but the extension of the landing and the presentation factor is just really wonderful. Here's a little rhythmic gymnastics interpretation here. He jumps, keeps the hoop spinning, completes a pattern of choreography, and rendezvous with his prop.
The marks for Rudy Galindo, 9.7.
There are the scores for Rudy Galindo. Unlike the first round, once again, there will be just one set of scores for artistic interpretation.
9.7.
Sister Laura, who was with child there in the kiss and cry, 9/8 and 9/7 from our 7 judges. We'll throw out the high and the low. Total of 48.8, a grand total of 145.8 for Rudy Galindo. We'll take a break, and when we return, 92 Olympic champion Victor Petrenko. Stay right there. Welcome back to the Jefferson Pilot Financial Pro Skating Championships presented by Kodak.
He won the European Championship in 90, 91, and 94, and in 1992, the World Championship and Olympic gold. Victor Petrenko.
Now on the ice for his second routine to the music Harlem Nocturne. This is Olympic champion Victor Petrenko.
I hope the special for today is extra helping of triple axel and powerful style and choreography. to the top of the board.
Nice touch from Victor Petrenko, 1992 Olympic and world champion.
Now let's watch this set up. He's leaning inside the circle, but his head stays outside, putting it perfectly over the feet upon takeoff. Very well balanced. He's a little over-rotated. Whoa, put the brakes on, baby. And he pulls it off. A forward finish with presentation. And here's some of that artistic interpretation.
I'd be more impressed if you were actually doing it with a tray and glasses.
There actually was a skater that did that from Spain.
The mark for Victor Petrenko, 9.8.
There are the scores for Victor Petrenko. Oh, a 9.6 draws a groan from the crowd. A 9.9.
9.6.
Well, second after the first round. His total 48.6. A grand total of 146 even moves him into the provisional lead. But we have plenty of skaters still to come, including the man who will skate last, the leader after the first round, Brian Boitano. Back in Greenville, there is the brand new ice dance team of Pasha and Sasha. Pasha Grichuk teaming up for the first time with Sasha Zulin. Both, of course, well known from skating with other partners very successfully these past few years. And they seem destined for success together as well, leading the dance competition that returns for round 2 a little later in our show.
The European silver and the European gold. Olympian Vyacheslav Zagorodniak.
Fourth after the first round is Vyacheslav Zagorodniak of the Ukraine. To Men in Black.
This is a very popular piece from an artist that sold a few records. Will Smith, star of Men in Black. You better get really close, Bob, to that judges panel with that little silver memory erase wand from the last program.
Good point.
Look at that. Oh, that's And there it is.
Not a moment too soon. Vyacheslav Zagorodniuk, 96 European gold medalist. We'll wait and see. We'll give the judges a few extra moments to consider his scores. We'll be right back. Sasha Zagorodniuk awaits his scores. First, let's take a look at his triple axel.
The height is incredible, but there's a bail. He opens up, loses control of the landing. He's two-footed and forward.
His first score, a 9-4, gets a reaction from the crowd. A second 9-4.
9.5, 9.6, 9.6, for a total of 47.
Eliminating the high and low gives Sasha 47.5, a grand total of 143.5, and puts him in third place with two skaters yet to come. Victor Petrenko of the Ukraine remains in the lead. Now on the ice, this is Kendall Oro of France.
Four-time French national champion, Kendall Oro.
Now, Kendall Oro has a lot to prove with this performance after 3 separate falls in his first round. Several of those tattoos are actually removable.
Bob, I saw this was his short program for the Nagano Olympics, performed in Paris, and it just sent a blood-chilling feeling down my spine. Absolutely incredible. If he's going to make up any ground, he's going to do it with this program. Triple toe Wally, bang it. There it is, the double.
Music is called Guerrilleros.
The choreography was a little different for Nagano. And he was fully clothed. That is part of the ISU regulations. No nakedness. Triple Lutz. Oh, he's hanging on. The Kendall Oro candelabra spin. The eye contact with the judges, the audience, pulling them into the performance. Not a lot of intricacy behind the artistry, but the emotions are there, the passion is there. And so are the acrobatics. Backflip. Very nice job.
Two-time Olympic bronze medalist and world silver and bronze medalist Kendall Oro.
let's take a look at this. Triple toe Wally. Double toe loop combination. Effortless landing. This is somewhat of a cautious setup for the Lutt. Starts reaching for the ice. He knows he's in trouble. It's always much better to go for a good landing than a better fall by reaching for the ice.
9.7.
Scores open with 9-7s. For Kendall Oro, a total of 48.4. That'll move him up ahead of Zagorodniuk, but not really a challenge yet to our first-round leader, Brian Boitano, who skates when we return. To the first round, member of the Figure Skating Hall of Fame and an Olympic gold medalist, Brian Boitano.
It's very nice to go traveling to Paris, London, and Rome. It's oh so nice to go traveling.
Boitano, a great Italian.
So much nicer, yes, it's
He
so
loves
much
the
nicer
Italians, he loves Italian opera, and he loves the big guy, Frank
It's
Sinatra.
very nice to be footloose with just a toothbrush and comb. It's oh so nice.
And I have a feeling you're going to see an incredible performance
But
here.
your heart starts singing when you're homeward winging across the phone.
Triple toe, he's back.
Where the Empire State is.
Brian, one of the
All
most
you
important
contemplated.
Olympic champions of all time.
Liberty Zone.
They just don't fall that easy.
It's very nice.
Great double axel.
Traveling, but it's so nice to come home.
Arabian.
No more packing and unpacking.
simple skating moves he can just make look so extraordinary. He has that gift of taking the easiest and most simple thing and making it absolutely special.
routine choreographed by Sandra Bezic and Brian Boitano's coach of a quarter century, Linda Lever.
Yeah. Now you're going to take a look at this great triple toe loop. Triple toe loop combination. Here's the setup for the Tano Lutz, his signature move. Little bit of a 2-foot landing, but he was just so carried away with the music, the choreography, which is the primary focus of this particular program. And here's the death drop that everybody loves to see him do over and over again. He touches down with the left foot, which is not legal for competition, amateur competition, but his height is so spectacular.
His scores, 9-9s, 198, brought a groan from the crowd. The rest, all 9-9s, a total of 49.5. His grand total of 147.1 puts Brian Boitano in the lead after 2 of 3 performances. Here's a look at our standings after 2 rounds. Brian Boitano leads Victor Petrenko, his fellow Olympic champion. Rudy Galindo in 3rd. Kendall Oro moves up to 4th. And Sasha Zagorodnik follow. We'll take a break. The Ice Dancers will be coming up next. Stand by for more from Greenville, South Carolina.